Wow, what a night. What a night day one was. So how about I get to talking about last night with Young Gun Shootout? How about that Steven Sims, like I predicted, would probably get number one. It was either going to be him or Becky getting it, and Steven got by a mile. But then we get to round two, where he fucking red lighted. Oh, Steven, why'd you blow it like that? You could have had this all wrapped up. But then he flipped too, and it's hurt. Oh god, that's pretty bad. Fucking great here. Oh, that was bad. That was so bad. He blew it like that. Oh, he had his all probably wrapped up too. By the way, Feld, get rid of that fucking piece of shit red light rule. It is the most dumbest fit I've ever seen. And where's fucking Tony Fair when you need him to bitch you out like you did to him a decade ago? So then, when Steven went down, it was pretty much all Becky McDonald now. And she made it all the way to the semifinals, only to flip and blow it again as well in the championship. I mean, the semifinals. Oh my god, she can't get anything right. Just like she almost flipped last year. Becky, looks like the only way you're going to get in is if you qualify and get invited right off the bat. But you're going to have to really, really turn up aggressive next year if you want that to happen. You did somewhat this year, but you're going to have to do it even more next year if you want any shot, because you're the only one, if I'm correct, that's been to all 5 Young Gun shootouts. And you still haven't gotten in yet? That's not good. By the way, what a sick save Jared did there. That was great. So then we get to the finals. Scott Liddycoat and Dragon. Tyler Menninga, I think that's how it would pronounce it last night. Blue Thunder in the finals. 2 drivers that I don't think anyone probably thought was going to make it. And what a finish that was. Scott won by, I think it was like less than 10/100ths of a second. Congratulations, Scott, for making it to World Final 17. Rightfully deserved, especially all that luck you got through last night. Great job. But if I'm correct, since you didn't qualify for Double Down last night, your fastest time in Young Gun Shootouts qualifying is going to be your time for World Final 17. If that's the case, you're dead last. And you're going to have to go up against Damon in round 1. Oh my god, that'll be bad. Speaking of Damon, then we get to the Double Down. How about that? Damon Bradshaw, for the first time ever, has gotten #1 qualifier in the World Finals. And he won it by an absolute mile. And I just want to let you all notice, since they've already said this bullshit already, they said Damon got the fastest time in World Finals history last night with 15.815. I just want to let you all know, that's a lie. The fastest time in World Finals history, in qualifying at least, was Tom Menz back in Team Menz in 2002 when he put down, I think it was a 13.8. That's the only time anyone that I know has gotten 13 seconds. Now I would say I feel bad for Feld for fucking up that badly, but they've had a history of this. Over the years since they bought Monster back in 2008, they've shown numerous, and I mean numerous, historical inaccuracies. They own the league, but they don't know the history? For fuck's sake, give it to someone who does know history of Monster Jam, like me. So after Damon got #1, Morgan King got #2. Are you shitting me? Oh my god, that was incredible. But will it translate to good in racing? When I look at the bracket, probably not. And then Ryan Anderson got 3rd place. Adam Anderson got 4th. Big Todd Duke got 5th. Holy shit, this is a great field. I mean, time so far. Oh, and Feld, if you're watching, which I know you're not because you can't stand me, I wanted to let you all know, I was very, very disappointed in the Twitter coverage last night. Whoever was doing it was horrendous. A lot of trucks never got their times mentioned. They missed a whole bunch of runs too as well. And whoever runs Twitter should be fucking fired. And then whoever runs Racing Night should be fired. Whoever runs Freestyle on Saturday should be fired as well. And anyone who should be covering Twitter is yours truly. And how nice, Feld, that you don't even put Scott Liddycoat's fastest times in the Young Gun Shootout in the qualified times with the other 2 drivers last night. It would be nice to know I don't know, make a bracket. I don't know about you all, but I absolutely miss bracket challenge they used to do. They need to bring that back. So anyways, I made my own bracket for tonight as well. Now, I need to let you all know that this could be inaccurate because, well, one, they haven't posted Dragon's time, but if I'm correct, if they did the fastest time for the Young Gun Shootout, Scott would have had the last place spot for tonight. And they've been very, very inconsistent with the brackets for racing. Because I remember last year I made a bracket that was based upon the spots for World Finals 15, and it turns out they changed it when they did 16. So they might actually just change it again for this year. So here's the bracket, but remember, it may be inaccurate.
Okay, guys, here's the bracket for World Finals 17, if it's accurate. So the first up would be Damon Bradshaw against Scott Liddycoat. Oh, I feel bad for Scott, but there's pretty much no way you're going to be able to beat Damon unless he screws up. So Damon would win this one. Alright, then after that would be Chad Tingler against Barry Musauer. And just like I thought, Chad got around 16th spot in qualifying, which is normal for him. But Barry's been really struggling in World Finals when he's been in Zombie. So I think Chad would actually pull it off. And then it would be BJ Johnson versus Lindsey Wink. Although Lindsey struggled really bad in qualifying. And BJ actually got, I think, like 8th or 9th place, which is very impressive. I don't think it'll be enough to take out Lindsey. So I think Lindsey will get this one still. And then it would be Candice Jolly versus Cody Saucier. Man, what a pretty good job so far for Cody. He got 3rd place last year and he got 6th this year. And I think he'll easily beat Candice. And then Jim Cola versus Todd LeDuc. Oh, I feel bad for Jim going up against the current racing champion. But especially, will Jim actually be able to finish racing tonight? Since, remember, he hasn't really filled a full lap since 2012. Remember, he flipped into Thunder Rally 2013. He flipped 2014. He didn't hit he hit the turning cars last year. Man, will he ever get to finish a race tonight? Well, if he does, it'll be with Todd LeDuc crushing him. And how about this? A rematch from last year in round 1. Almost the exact same spot, too, in the bracket. Dustin Brown against Dennis Anderson. Now, you gotta remember, if you look at the history, when Dennis struggles in qualifying, he usually struggles the next day in racing. Look at all the times he struggled in qualifying throughout the history. So, I think Dustin could actually pull off the victory again. And then it's Cam McQueen against Chad Fortune. I think Cam will easily get this victory. So then we get to the final part of this bracket with another Gravedigger Match D Showdown, the 5th one in the World Finals. But this year it's going to be Adam against Colton. Oh, man, a 2-time racing champion. And Colton struggled last night in qualifying. I think Adam's going to easily crush Colton tonight. And then it's Ryan Anderson against Brianna. Oh, man, I feel bad for Brianna. She was so good last year, but last night she was so terrible. So I think Ryan will easily crush her tonight. Then it's Jimmy Cretin against what I think is most likely Pablo Hubbaker. Oh, boy. Pablo, if I'm correct, struggled a little bit last night in qualifying, whereas Jimmy was still pretty consistent throughout, so I think this will be probably a close race. Maybe go down to a photo finish would be fantastic, but I think Jimmy would get it. And that would be George Belhan against Scott Buteau. Oh, come on. Scott hasn't really done anything good in racing so far in his career here. So George would get the victory. And then it'll be the rookie Cole Venar against Neil Elliott. Oh, my God. I was thinking Cole was going to do pretty good last night, but he was terrible. Which would be an easy victory for Neil, because he was dominant last night in Cletus. And then, oh my God, we're probably going to get to one of the most lopsided World Finals races ever. Thomas against Nicole Johnson. Oh my God. I've been saying throughout the years, well, actually since last year, they need to put either Bailey or Brianna as the main driver. Nicole is not worthy enough to be the main driver. And you're going to have her go up against Tom. Oh my God. Unless Tom screws up like he did somewhat in qualifying last night, Tom's going to easily crush her. And that'll be Charlie Puckett against Donald Epidenio. And although Donald is good in racing, he just hasn't been doing pretty good in the World Finals. And last night's qualifying time showed it. So I think Charlie would get the victory. And then it's Mark McDonald and Lee O'Donnell. Oh, what a race that would be. But Mark has been struggling last couple years in qualifying. So I think Lee could actually pull it off. And then the final race of round 1. Mike Waters Jr. against Morgan Kane. Oh, come on. Morgan would easily get that victory as we get now into round 2. Alright, as we get now to round 2. And a whole bunch of great racing so far. So first up would be Damon Bradshaw and Chad Tingler. Oh, man. I would say Damon would probably win. But remember, Chad's had a history of doing pretty good against the number 1 qualifiers. Because remember we knocked out Todd in 2012? So, I think Damon would win, but I wouldn't put it past you if Chad actually pulls off the upset. And then it'll be Lindsey Link and Cody Saucier. I think Cody will get it, and we're going to have an all Monster Energy quarterfinals. How about fucking that? And then we get to a rematch from the semifinals last year. Todd LeDuc against Dustin Brown again. I don't think Dustin would flip this time, but I don't think he'll be able to beat Todd either. And then it's Cam McQueen and Adam Anderson. Oh, come on. Adam would easily crush Cam there unless Adam struggles like he did last year. So now on the other side of the bracket, it'll be a rematch from us. I think they've gone against each other 3 times now in the World Finals, so this happens. Ryan Anderson and Jimmy Cretin, and Ryan would get the victory again. So that's George Belham and Neil Elliott. Oh, come on. Neil would easily get that victory. So next is a matchup between the first ever race in the World Finals. Remember, Tom and Charlie were the first ones to ever race each other back in 2000. But this time I think Tom will still get the victory. And then the final race of round 2 would be Lee O'Donnell and Morgan Kane. And here's where I don't think Morgan could probably pull it off just yet. But hey, maybe he can impress me and pull off the victory against Lee. But I just don't see it at the moment, so I think Lee would get it. So now it's time for the quarterfinals, and we get things started with a Monster Energy showdown. But Damon would pull off the victory against Cody. And then after that will be a matchup between the 2 last race champions, Todd LeDuc, Adam Anderson. Oh my god, I can't wait to see that. But I remember Adam's been struggling a lot in the turns this year in racing. And the turns are kind of somewhat like the turns that Adam had to deal with this year. So I think Todd would win in a close one. Okay, and then we get to Ryan Anderson and Neil Elliott. I think Ryan would still pull off the victory. Because remember, he did some really, really great turns last year, including that great turn he did last night. So I think Ryan would be able to pull it off again. And then finally would be Tom Benz and Lee O'Donnell. A rematch from the semifinals from 2014. Which Lee got fucking screwed over. But I don't think it'll be enough this time. I think Tom will easily get the victory as we now go into the semifinals. Alright, now we're down to the semifinals. And first up would be Damon Bradshaw against Todd LeDuc. Oh, what a race that would be. I can't wait to see that. But I don't think it would be enough for Damon. I think Todd LeDuc's got this trick locked down good. Probably better than everyone else except maybe Ryan or Tom. So I think Todd would actually pull off the victory. And be the first one ever since Adam 2 years ago to be the champion and make it back to the finals. And then on the other side would be Ryan Anderson, Tom Benz. Oh, what a race that would be. 2 guys that know how to make that turn good. But I think Ryan could make the perfect turn at just the right moment this time. And Ryan would make it back to the finals. And not only for the second time ever would we have a rematch from our previous World Finals, but it would be the first time ever we would have back-to-back finals appearances. Oh, what a race that would be if this happens. Todd LeDuc, Ryan Anderson again. But this time, if Ryan pulls off those incredible turns like he did last year and not flip, I think Ryan will pull it off again and get first time ever and get his first racing title. And to be honest, if he didn't fuck up like he did last year, I think he could have beaten Todd last year. Because he was really, I think he had the lead going into the turn. And those are my picks for racing tonight. I can't wait to watch it. And remember, I'll be covering racing again this year on tonight on my site. So I'll put the link in the description again. And for all of you who want to see footage immediately after it happens, you should go over to my old friend Evan over at Monster Jam Films, who puts up the footage like within a few hours of it happening. So go check him out and subscribe to him. And hopefully, Feld won't fuck up tonight. So far, they're doing good. But they can't fuck up tonight. And they most certainly can't fuck up tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll have some great racing tonight. So, see you tonight.